Karachi never truly sleeps, even at 3 a.m. The city breathes, the distant hum of trucks on superhighway, the flickering tea stalls near Sadr, and the restless waves crashing against Clifton Beach. But that night, Karachi wasn't breathing. It was waiting. It started with a blackout. Whole blocks around Gulshan-e-Iqbal went dark, no streetlights, no generators humming, just silence. Hassan was awake when it happened. He lived in a small apartment on the 3rd floor. When the lights went out, his fan stopped spinning mid-rotation. The sudden silence pressed against his ears, then came the scream. A woman's scream, long, sharp, and then abruptly cut off. Hassan froze. Karachi had its share of crime. Gunshots were not unusual, but this scream, it wasn't fear, it was pain. He stepped onto the balcony. The street below was swallowed in darkness. Only the moonlight revealed faint outlines of parked bikes and empty rickshaws. Then he saw someone. A man stood in the middle of the row, still, completely still. His head tilted at an unnatural angle. "Bye." Hassan called softly. The man didn't move, then slowly, painfully slowly. The man's head snapped upright. Even from 3 floors above, Hassan could see something was wrong. The man's shirt was soaked in blood. And his mouth was chewing something. Suddenly, another figure ran into the street, a boy, maybe 16, crying and stumbling. "Help! Please help!" He didn't get far. The blood-soaked man lunged, not fast, but relentless. He grabbed the boy and sank his teeth into his neck. The scream that followed echoed across the empty buildings. Hassan stumbled back from the balcony, his heart hammering. "This can't be real," he whispered, but the chewing sound below continued. Within minutes, more shapes emerged from the shadows, from alleyways, from parked vans, from behind walls. They moved strangely, stiff, jerking, like broken puppets. And they were all covered in blood. Hassan's phone buzzed. A WhatsApp message flooded in from multiple groups. "Virus outbreak in Karachi. People attacking each other near Nazimabad. Don't open doors, don't go outside." Then a voice note. "Breathing. Heavy breathing. Lock yourselves in. They're not human anymore. They don't die." The message cut to static. Gunshots echoed in the distance, not 1 or 2, dozens, but the screaming never stopped. By morning, Karachi had changed. No azan, no traffic, no school vans. Just smoke rising somewhere near the direction of Shari Faisal. Hassan hadn't slept. He kept peeking through the curtains. The street was now filled with bodies. Some still twitching. Then he saw movement again. The boy from last night, the one who was bitten. He stood up, slowly, his neck torn open, eyes white, empty. He turned toward Hassan's building and smiled. Hassan stepped back, choking on fear. No. 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 The building's main gate rattled. Someone was banging on it, hard. Then more hands joined. Dozens of hands, moaning, low, hungry. The sound vibrated through the walls. Someone in the apartment downstairs screamed. A door splintered, footsteps thundered on the stairs. Not running, dragging, scratching, climbing. Hassan locked his door and pushed a sofa against it. His breathing became shallow, his hands trembled. Then came a knock, soft, slow, tap, tap, tap. "By." A familiar voice whispered from outside. It was his neighbor, Uncle Rashid. "Beta, open the door, please." Relief flooded Hassan's chest. He moved the sofa slightly, but something felt wrong. Uncle Rashid never called him Beta, and his voice, it sounded wet, like his throat was filled with liquid. "Tap, tap, tap, open the door." The voice distorted into a growl. Then something heavy slammed against the door. Wood cracked. Hassan stumbled back. The door burst open. Uncle Rashid stood there, half his face missing, jaw hanging loose, eyes clouded white, and behind him, the hallway was filled with them. Hassan ran toward the kitchen, grabbing the first thing he could find, a knife. His hands shook so badly he could barely hold it. The first zombie lunged. He slashed blindly. It didn't scream. It didn't stop. It kept coming. He stabbed its head. Once, twice, 3 times. Finally, it dropped, but 3 more stepped forward. Hassan bolted toward the balcony. 3 floors down, no escape. Behind him, they were inside, moaning, reaching, hungry. He climbed onto the railing. The street below was filled with them. Hundreds now, Karachi had fallen overnight. The city of millions, silenced, overrun. One of the zombies grabbed his leg, cold, unnaturally strong. He screamed and kicked free, but another hand grabbed his arm. Teeth inches from his face, he could smell death, rot, PK. In that final moment, Asan looked at the skyline of Karachi, dark, lifeless, no lights from Clifton. No traffic near Liaquated, just silence and hunger. Then he heard something else. A distant explosion, followed by the roar of helicopters and gunfire from above. Maybe the army, maybe hope, but it was too late. The zombie's teeth sank into his shoulder. Pain exploded through his body. He screamed until his voice cracked. Then darkness swallowed him. 3 days later, the city was declared a red zone. No survivors confirmed. Military forces sealed all exits from Karachi. But sometimes, on quiet nights in nearby towns, people say they still hear something carried by the wind. A low, endless moan, hungry, waiting, because Karachi never truly sleeps, and now, neither do the dead.